Hi Sharks! We're going on to our last two handwriting strokes, overcurve and slant today. Please make sure that you're at a desk where you can put your feet flat on the ground, or at a table where you can put your feet flat on the ground. And remember, in our book they show the proper positioning for your book, and you should have good posture. So if you're a lefty, you'll turn your book this way when you're at your desk. If you're right-handed, you'll turn your book this way. And so we're going to start with overcurve. So overcurve starts at the baseline and shoots up like a basketball player. Think of a basketball player shooting up the ball into the hoop. So we start at the top and we curve up like that. If it was a capital letter, we start at the baseline and we curve up to the headline. Okay? So a letter that has an overcurve is the letter M. It has a lot of overcurves. And so the letter M, as you can see, it looks a little tricky to find where the M is because there are a lot of curves there. This first line, most letters have a first joining line, and then they have an ending curved line that hooks them into the next letter. So if we cover up those two joining lines, we see the letter M. Okay, so that line's going to join us to the letter previous to it, and this one's going to join it after. Okay, so that is overcurve. We start at the baseline and we curve up. So let's do that on our imaginary boards. Pull them down, find your color marker. We start at the baseline, we curve up. One more time, start at the baseline and we curve up. So now let's go on to slant. So slant is a straight line. And if you notice, a lot of our lines have been curved. A lot of cursive writing does have a lot of curved lines, but slant is our straight line. If you notice up here, we start first at the midline, go down to the baseline for lowercase letters, and then uppercase letters like the letter X, we would start at the headline and go down to the baseline. So here is our slant. We start at our midline and we slant down. Start at our midline and slant down. For capital letters, we start at our headline, we slant down, start at our headline, and slant down. And if you notice, all of my lines look a little crooked, don't they? They're slanted. That's what cursive handwriting is all about. You're used to making, for example, your letter M straight up and down. Get used to cursive. It can be slanted. It's supposed to be slanted. And by turning your book that way, it will help you to get the slant to your letters. Okay, so let's practice on our imaginary boards. Pull your board down. We're going to start our slant. Choose your color. We start at the midline, slant down. Start at the midline, slant down. Let's try our capital one. Start at the headline, slant down. Start at the headline, slant down. Okay, so in your book, on page 34, you will trace your overcurve lines to get used to them. You'll find overcurve lines in your lowercase letters and your uppercase letters. And then you'll practice your own lines down below. Remember, every time you see that dot on that top line, you want to repeat the letters. So for here, you'll have 4 going down for each of those dots. So make sure that you fill all of your lines and that you take your time. And also for slant, it'll be the same thing. You find the slants. You can highlight them with crayon or highlighter, a lighter color, yellow or orange, and then you practice your slant lines. Keep in mind, these 4 handwriting strokes are the basis for cursive handwriting. So if you take your time and do these well, you'll be successful when you start handwriting. Our next video, it's exciting. We're going to get started on our letters. So we're starting with I and T. So I'll see you on our next video. Bye, Sharks.